Okay, hello data lovers and welcome to another I Love Data Fridays video. Today's topic will be Google Sheets and Google Docs, and this is from the I Love Data Fridays on December the 2nd, 2016, and this is the first of two questions that we got on our very first I Love Data Fridays. So let me get right into the questions. Our question started out with, at the top here, says, I'd love for in the future there to be a way that the data dump and other forms of work more easily with Google Sheets and Google Docs, since that is what our district uses. Is that in the works? So this is a great question, though it prompted a few questions back from us to the submitter of this question. And after a little bit of go around, this is what we got back from the submitter of this question for some clarification on what she was asking about. Was my main issue has been when I try to upload the formatting gets all off with spacing and graphics, like with the executive summary. I had to edit it in Word and then upload it in a PDF to be able to share it with principals and our site coordinator. The same thing with Excel and Sheets. So I think this is great. This is a great question. I'm glad to hear that teacher leaders have school districts that are making use of this Google Docs and Google Sheets. I'm first going to address the site executive or the executive summary, both the site executive summary and the system executive summary. And so yes, those do have some problems going up into Google Docs and get kind of funky in their formatting. In fact, let's take a look and see what she's talking about here real quick. Let me change a few windows around. So I've got my Google Docs open here, and I am going to upload this file right here. It's an sample executive summary, and I'm going to say new file upload, and let's go right to this directory. Make sure I pick the original one right there. I'll say open. It's going to upload it. We're going to wait here as it uploads. And there it is. Now I am going to right click and say open with Google Docs, and this will actually make Google Docs convert this to an actual Google Docs document and not just a Microsoft Word document. And here we go, it's coming in. And as you can see, it does get a little funky. It even, after the first paragraph, it actually takes the two columns, pushes them to the second page. It does something very funny with the tables right there. In fact, all of the tables in here looks like it's inserting some extra space in the tables. And it really does something really weird with the graph, with the chart down here. So what I'm really happy to say is, though, that this is great. This has brought something to our attention that, we didn't really know was an issue. And so what I'm going to say is that we're going to change this for this school year, the 2017-16 school year, that when your summaries run this year, they will upload much better into the Google Docs. And so I've already done the work we have already done the work to change this. And so now when your executive summaries run this year, both your site executive summary and your school district executive summary, they will upload much better into Google Docs. So let me show you. I'm going to just quickly remove these versions, and I am going to upload. Well, before I upload it, so I went ahead and made a few revisions to the current executive summary, and we changed things in the executive summary that we thought were causing the problems to make them look kind of strange in Google Docs. Now, in general, it won't look very much different from your current executive summary until we get to page 2. And I think the bad news is that Google Docs is not liking converting that picture of the chart into a picture that it can use online. We're not sure why, and it's kind of a little bit beyond our control. So one thing that we've done is we've removed that chart, and I know some of you like having that random sample data in there to compare with your text reading level on your first round students, but what we did is we just changed the table the table that preceded that chart to include random sample information. And we changed its design a little bit. So this table now has 3 columns at the top of fall scores, mid-year scores, and year-end scores. And this is for children who entered in the fall and reached average. These are for discontinued children who started in the fall. All right, and this table is going to compare them to the average first grader. That's our random sample, the average first grader. So for now, we can see that we have each of the 6 tasks of the observation survey right here. And then for each task, you have your reading recovery children's score, and then what the average first grader did. So you can see that growth that the reading recovery kids are making compared to the average first grader. So once again, like if we look at writing vocabulary, this is the growth of the for kids who were first round discontinued in reading recovery. This is the growth for the average first grader at fall, mid-year, and year-end. And like I said, we made some design changes in the report to help it upload. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Let's upload this report and see. It should upload much better. Let's get that button, the new file upload. I'm not going to take the original. I'm going to take this new one that's using the new format. And it's uploading. Give it a second to convert. There it is. Now I am going to open with Google Docs. Now I want you to notice how immediately we can see that now the first page material has returned to the first page. It's no longer being shoved down to the second page. And look at our tables. Our tables look much better now. Much better. They aren't just all over the place and have strange extra lines in them. They're looking much better. And since we don't have any pictures or any charts, we don't have to worry about the charts looking funny. The only thing that did come in kind of strange was the little logo up here. It's supposed to be on the left-hand side, not on the right-hand side. That's an easy fix. If you click on the picture, and then you click on wrap text, it'll do that, and that will move everything back up. Or you can even drag it back over to the left as well after you do the wrap text. Let's try that again a little bit. And there we go. Site executive summary saved up in Google Docs. This will be available starting this year when your reports run for this year. I'm not saying we'll save them in Google Docs, but you'll be able to upload them to Google Docs yourselves, and they will convert much more nicely for you. And with little effort, like we saw, we just had to correct the logo a little bit there, and it was ready to go. So thank you for this question. Oh, wait a minute, we're not done yet. Geez, I'm all ready to go on to question number 2. We haven't even finished question number 1. So that addresses the issue with what the teacher leader was talking about, the site executive summary. Now the other one was about the data dump. And we can do the same thing with the data dump. We can actually upload the data dump into Google Docs. I'm just going to pick a sample data dump here. And it's going to upload. There we go. Now, to get this to work in Google Docs, we're just going to, on the PC, you're going to right-click. On the Macintosh, you'll do the 2-finger mouse click, and we're going to say open. We're going to say open with Google Sheets. And this is going to convert this Excel spreadsheet into a Google Sheets spreadsheet. It may take a moment. But there we go. It's converted it. And I can do things. Now I can manipulate the data dump like I could just in Excel. I can we freeze the first row? View, freeze. One row up. All right, yeah, say freeze one row right there. I can freeze the first row. We can I hide columns? Yes, let's look. Hide columns. I can hide columns. I'm not going to do it in this video, but I can go ahead and make charts now with the data dump in Google Sheets, and you can now share this with other people up in Google Sheets. So there we go. Our first question for our first video from our very first I Love Data Fridays, and that's working with our documents in Google Sheets and Google Docs. And like I said, this year, for this 2016-17 school year, you will be able to upload your site executive summaries and your school district executive summaries into Google Sheets, and they will convert much nicer than they have in the past. We've taken a couple hours here and gone through and removed all of the stuff that was causing all that problems. And you can already do this with your data dump too. You can go up there and you can right click and tell it to convert it to a Google Docs sheet, and you can start manipulating your data dump right up there in Google Docs. All right, everybody, thank you, and look for our response to our second question, question number 2, coming up.